Peace. What would it mean to fail yourself? What would this mean? I invite you to look within yourself and to wonder and to investigate what this could mean. And surely I do not know. I do not know what it will mean to fail yourself. It is not something I can comprehend of my own. To fail oneself or to fail God. To me, this is something that is a misnomer. This is something that cannot be. This is something that is beyond my ability to do, to fail myself, to fail God. In relation, in revelation to the divine nature that has providence over all things, that has commands over all things, in the humility that I have found in my time, in my place, in this world. This is something, one of the few things that I am certain of, is that God has perfect intelligence, that there is only one power in all of creation, and it is that God is. And for me to even have breath, for me to have a being of my own, for me to have life, there is purpose in it that is beyond my own comprehension. There is value to God in that I have a witnessing, in that you have a witnessing. And this inherently includes the times where I fail. See, these mistakes, they are not missteps. They are purpose upon a path. You are being brought somewhere. There is a guiding hand upon you. It is a very arrogant thing for us to suppose of ourselves that we are so great, that we are so grand, that we can fail such a thing as God. God has no need of you. God is entirely sufficient. God is entirely abundant. God is entirely powerful. God is entirely all-knowing, all-intelligent. God is entirely loving. And all creation comes from this, and all of it lives within and under God's will. God has a perfect knowledge of you. And God has endowed you with free will, that you may make mistakes, that you will learn about yourself through your witnessing here, and that you will have a path in which to walk. Mistakes and not missteps. And let us be humble to this. Let us be humble to this. Let us be humble to the perfect intelligence of God. That God has given you free will. And that in God's perfect intelligence, in God's love, in God's design of you, God has knowledge of all that you will do in your time here, including within your free will. God knows what you will choose. And God decided, this will be good. I will make this one. I will see what they do. Knowing full well what you will choose of yourself, the mistakes you will make. And God is such a thing that all things have purpose of God. All things lead to this, God. This is the developing nature that lives within you. He's the one that God is. And I will tell you, this is something that is impossible for you to fail. But it is important that you are allowed the belief that you may. As this is as well a part of your development. It is a part of your learning that you may fall down and that you may believe that it is the end for you. And it is perfect and it is true in this way. God wrongs no man, but man may wrong themselves. And you must be allowed this. You must be allowed that you may wrong yourself, so that you can learn how to rightly conduct yourself to a higher nature, to something that is true, to something that is a revealed nature of this love that God is. And that you are limited in your knowledge of how to do this is beautiful. It is purpose. It is love upon you that you have this journey to take, that you have these mistakes to make, that you will be allowed to believe that you can fail yourself or fail God. And it is written and it is revealed, hidden within this, in the depth of it, in the very same place, in the same origin of this belief, that you must be allowed an opportunity to choose a witnessing of this belief, that you may fail yourself, that you may fail God. It is in the very same origins of that, and where the truth is hidden, and that this was all part of it. This was all part of the process. It is all part of the development. And let us as well be humble to the totality of the creation that we are, of the creation that we are, in the creation that we are living, in the totality of it, not just everything good, but there is as well everything horrible, not just everything that is beautiful and bright, but things that are dark, truly dark and horrible. All of creation you are a part of. And all things will come to the righteous and just witnessing. This is as well a part of your nature that is being developed in the life that is one, this one life that God is, in this grand adventure that you have been set out on. So yes, you may be allowed this, that you may experience yourself as damned. You are allowed that. You are allowed that. You are allowed footsteps that will take you to hell. And in great presence, I promise you what you will find there. I promise you what you will find there is that there is a way out. And that you recognize yourself there. And that you decide in that damned place, this place I have failed myself, this place I have failed God. That you find yourself in that. And that you decide in that origin of that same belief, I have damned myself, I have failed myself, I have failed God. In the origin of it, that you find yourself there, and in that very same place, that creative place of truth, you decide, here I am, in the most horrible, and I will decide now that I will be saved, that my footsteps will be a proof upon this God's love of me, that I accept this God's love of me, God's forgiveness, God's perfect intelligence and knowledge of me, God's hand in guiding purpose upon me, that I would witness this, that I may be allowed a witnessing of everything that is horrible, that I may freely choose in this free will that I've been endowed with, in this divine and sacred complete intelligence, this guiding path before me, that I would walk myself here, and that I would walk myself out, and that I would learn from it, and that my nature would be more for it, that your nature would be more for it, that you are allowed this witnessing, that you are allowed this belief that you may be damned, that you may come to this place, and that you will decide, I will conquer here, that I will conquer here, that I am, that you will conquer this belief that you can be something so horrible and not be forgiving, that you will conquer this, that you are, and that you will freely choose within it, that everything good may come from you, as you have already been endowed with it, from your Creator, the one power that is, the nature that is guiding all of this, whose will governs all things, whose love is perfect and whole, whose love is complete, and our limited understanding of it. Let us be humble to it, and let us devote ourselves to a participation in being greater, that God may witness us as we are a witness to God in ourselves and each other. The greatness in the truth, the love, the forgiveness, the presence that we have found in everything horrible and terrible that we can choose of ourselves, that we can be weak, that we can be damned through a doing of our own, and that within it, our weakness within it, this hidden strength, and everything horrible and terrible that we can be within it. This hidden beauty that you are free to choose what is good within you. And that it was all love. That this path before you, it was all love. So what would it mean? What would it mean? What would it mean to have failed yourself, but that you have taken another step forward in discovering a higher truth, that this cannot be so, but that you have decided, another step forward, another step forward, another step forward, and that you have learned in every place that you are damned, that forgiveness may be true, that love may be king, that God is alive within you, and that you are delivered here and now, through this way that you are, through this way that I am. And that if you find yourself in such a difficult place as this, that you would consider that very thought. Let it be known to you that this is a good thing. This is an awakening. You are coming awake to yourself. You are recognizing this may be a possibility, that I am incorrect. Perhaps I should be humble. Perhaps I should learn more. And there is a hidden desire within that, in the terrible feeling of it. There is a nature of goodness within it. There is a nature within you. There is something inside of you that is saying, we can be better than this. We can be more than this. And that is the truth. That is what is seeking to come out of you and to be known. That strength hidden within it, all that you believe is weakness hidden within it, that strength that you would recognize. Perhaps I'm not doing as I should be. Perhaps there is more within me that would like to come out in the way that I can witness and others that witness to me. And let it be known here now, I have belief of you. I believe entirely my being of yours, and I know where I have been. And God knows where I will go. And perhaps we may be such a blessed thing that we find our footsteps together on a path, a higher way, unique our own. Beautiful love and truth. Glory, grace, strength, thanks. Grateful God, that you are courage, strength, protection. I'm with you. Peace.